Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are having a fantastic day so far. I hope wherever you are in the world today has been treating you well. In today's video I'm doing an eyeshadow palette bingo with a twist. So, of course it's an eyeshadow palette bingo. So I am doing this video in collaboration with the lovely Cole. We're posting the same video at the same time because it's Cosmic Beauty, spoiler, and it's an eyeshadow palette bingo. So if you don't know Cole, I will leave her channel linked down below. Like I say, we're doing the same video at the same time today. So after you've watched this one, I would love it if you'd go over and check out her video as well and her channel. But the whole idea around this video is we are going to be randomising all of our Cosmic Beauty palettes, and I have got 10 of them. Going to be randomising that and then randomising the shades within the palettes. So usually, like, let's say I was doing an eyeshadow palette bingo with neutrals. There's only so many different ways that you can go with a completely nude toned eyeshadow palette. Or like Winter Wonderland, there's only so many ways that you can go with like a purple and a blue eyeshadow palette. We are completely throwing that rule book out of the metaphorical window today, and we are randomising all of the colours, all of them, picking 5 and trying to come up with some sort of eyeshadow look. Now, this could go very, very wrong. This could go very, very right, but it could go very, very wrong. And I am so excited. If you want to see this concept, I don't know why I'm being so flouncy. If you want to see this sort of video idea with the Beauty Bay eyeshadow palettes, I think that that would be very, very fun. Maybe just the limited edition ones, because I have the 42 pans and that's a lot a lot of shades to get through. So like I say, we're just gonna randomize all of these colors, all of the palettes first and then all of the colors. So I've got them all loaded into my phone. Let's find it. So I have all of the palettes that I own. I do think Cole has one more that I don't have, that they don't sell anymore. I don't know whether she's using that one or not, but let's just randomly pick the first palette. So first up we have got Cool Trolls. Okay, of course it's right down at the bottom. So Cool Trolls. Then palette number 2 is Undergrowth. Okay, so Cool Trolls and Undergrowth. Then palette number 3. Ooh, Delicious Delights. I is number 1. Or was, rather. I haven't considered. Would this be ahead of 'Tis the Season for me? You might have to just wait for a video that's going to be coming later in the week. So, palette number 4 is Sinister. Now I'm starting to feel nervous. I will just quickly interject, when I pick the shade from Sinister, I haven't put the Vaseline Goopy Ghost shade into the randomizer because I simply cannot cope with that feeling. So the last palette that I am picking for today's look is Serenity. Okay, and if you didn't see my video that went up earlier this week, I think, pan that palette for 2025. So now this is the colour story that we are working with. Now let's pick one shade from each of these palettes. So let's start with the one on the top. Again, I have got all of the shades randomised. So in Serenity, this is what the colour story looks like. Ooh, as long as I don't drop it. So it is colourful, but I feel like the colours are muted-ish, but they're still colourful. That makes no sense. Let's pick one shade from Serenity. Ether. I will swatch these as I go. This is my favourite shade in this palette, so I'm already thrilled. It is the light purple to blue duochrome. Matches my nails. I love this shade. Now, I will say, it's possible that I could pick all multi-chromes. Like, it's possible. It's not completely out of the realms of possibility, but that shade is something special. I love that one. Okay, so then Sinister. Let's get my list up. The Sinister, and let's randomly pick one shade out of this palette. Cursed. Okay. Okay. A dark matte purple. I can absolutely make that work with that first shade. Not necessarily the same like undertone of purple, but that can absolutely work. I am very, very happy with that. And I love purple. I really, really love purple. I'm just going to try and neaten that swatch up a bit. I'm not good at swatches. Okay, so far so good. Can I just leave it here? Can I just pick two? It's not the rules, but I am an adult, okay? I can make my own rules. But I'm very, very happy with that one. Okay, so Delicious Delights. Let's pick one out of here. I'd like something that's more of a transition tone out of any of these next three. Whipped Cream. Okay, a matte white. I can make that work. As I'm like swatching these, I'm trying to think of like what I can do, but ultimately I do just need to wait until I've got all of the shades. Like that matte white can absolutely be a matte in a corner is what I'm thinking so far. So, Undergrowth. Let's pick another one. Marsh. Okay, I think that this is a good transition tone. It's green, but I think that blended out. Can you even see that? Let me swatch it. Like, I think this Marsh shade, light hand, a very light hand, blended out, like that can work through the crease. I am not mad at that shade now. I've said it before and I'll say it again. So often with these eyeshadow palette bingos, it's shade number 5 that's like, oh, you had a plan? Absolutely not. So, let's pick one from Cool Trolls. This is where it's just going to go completely off the rails. You know when you can feel it? I can feel it. So, let's pick a shade from Cool Trolls. I'm scared. I'm scared. Eternal. I'm happy. I am so happy. A pinky nude, like, can you even see that on my ring finger there? A pinky nude. So, this means, and Cole hasn't filmed yet, but this means that Cole's selection is Rogue, because that is a colour story that I would pick on my own. Green and purple with a duochrome and like all mattes apart from one multi-chrome. I feel so sorry for Cole. So that is the shade out of Serenity. Then which one was it? I can't even remember. I can't remember. I need to organise my table. One moment. Right, I'm organised. So we have got Ether, out of Serenity. We have got Cursed out of Sinister. We've got Whipped Cream, the matte white, out of Delicious Delights. We have got Marsh out of Undergrowth. And we have got Eternal out of Cool Trolls. So, I'm going to zoom you in and we are going to create an eye look. I am so happy with these choices. Thrilled. So the eye primer that I'm using today is the Beauty Bay one. Just tapping the creases out because I've got skin that moves. And then I'm just going to start with a big fluffy brush and I'm going to go into Eternal from... I've got 5 palettes all out in front of me. Cool Trolls, the last shade that I picked there. So picking that up on that fluffy brush and I'm going to start wiggling this through the crease. I know I've said it, but I'm thrilled. I am so excited about this colour story. My heart really does go out to Cole. I've just texted her like, yours is going to be carnage because mine is beautiful. So let's wait and see. I'm so excited to see her video. These are so much fun to film because like, obviously like my colour story has gone one way and hers could go like literally exactly the same or just completely in the other direction. And that is always the case, like one of us will get a really, really nice colour story. And today that is me. And then the other one is like, I can do absolutely nothing with these shades. Because it's always like that. And I am on, I mean, thankfully, because I've got some other videos that I want to film today, I am on the good side of that pendulum today. I'm very, very happy. So then I'm going to take a slightly smaller but still fluffy brush and I'm going to just go very, very lightly into Marsh from the Undergrowth palette and I'm going to use that a little bit further in to the crease because this is almost like a yellowy green. But I feel like that will just add a nice little bit of colour to the crease. A little wash of something, you know? That is like story of my life. That's the only makeup that I ever do. A little wash of something. Okay, so I've just built up the Eternal shade a little bit further out and then the Marsh shade further in to the crease. For no other reason than I just wanted that green to pop. I wanted it to have its own little space there. So I'm going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to go into the dark matte purple and I'm going to, so that was Cursed from Sinister. And I'm going to pack that on the outer corner and then I'll just go back over with that first fluffy brush that I was using, Eternal. I'm having to look back at the palettes to remember the names. But there are 200 shade names in front of me currently. Because I've got 10 palettes and there are 20 pan palettes, so 200 shade names and I don't know which way's up, so just blending over that top edge of Cursed and then I'll pack on a little bit more. Blend that out across the lid a little bit as well. So that is Cursed. Right onto the outer corner and like blended right out. I am going to clean this up. But I'm feeling like I want a little bit more of that Marsh, that green. A little bit further in. Like I feel like now I want to build that up a little bit because what I want is the ether. I want that like all across this blank space in the middle. What do I want to do under the eye? Like, you tell me, because I've got no idea currently. But I do feel like the whipped cream, the white perfect in a corner. Very, very happy with that. But let's really brighten up that green. My little happy dance. I'm very, very happy with these colours. So I think I'm happy with the amount of that green now. Like, she says as she goes in with a little bit more, but I do feel like that is sufficiently popping. And then I'm just going to use my finger into that incredible duochrome ether, which really has no green to it at all, but I love. And I do think it'll go, despite the fact it has no green. It's got blue. See me justifying it to myself? It has blue, so just tapping that over that bare space across the lid. What I really like about this shade as well is like I'm properly packing it on across the lid here. Like I picked up a lot on my finger and I'm like laying it down. But I think what I might do, I might just use my finger, but I might use a brush. You can properly like disperse the glitters. The actual like duochromy glittery bits it's not just like full pigment, you can sort of use it in a toppery sort of way. So if I just tap over this with that brush that had the green on, I'm hoping I'll get a little bit of those duochrome shimmers across the whole lid. I love it. I love it. So I'm just tapping over the outer corner with a tiny touch more of that Cursed Dark Purple. And then, honestly, I think I'm done for the lid. I think I am so happy with how all of that is looking. So, we are dark, we are purple, and we are green. Like, what more could I ask for? Apart from, of course, a blinding inner corner highlight, which we will get to. So, I'm going to go off, clean up under the eyes, do the rest of my face, and then we can decide what I want to do under the eye. I don't know what I want to do. Green? Purple? I mean, it's one of those two options, isn't it? But let me go and finish the rest of my face and we can finish up the eyes together. Okay, so as always, a little heavy on the blush. Who's surprised? I certainly am not. So I think I'm just going to use that green under the eyes, maybe a little bit of the purple like right on the outer corner, but I'm thinking mostly the green to like tie it in so it's not just like hanging out up there. Like, I feel like that'll make it work a little bit better. So I'm gonna take a smaller, more dense brush into Marsh from the Undergrowth palette, and I will just run that all the way along the lower lash line. Really smoke it out so that you can see that colour quite a bit. Then obviously that white on the inner corner. Like that is absolutely what is happening. I feel like maybe a little bit of that purple on the outer corner and that will work. So I am just taking a little bit of that darker purple right on the outer corner of the lower lash line, just so that that darkness like wraps round the outer corner. I'm very happy with that next to the green as well. I love purple and green together. It's one of my favourite colour combinations. I do it all the time. But this was completely random, okay? I wasn't in charge of it today. There we go. So I'm happy with all of that. I will quickly just do that white inner corner. So I've got a very, very small, very dense sort of pencil brush, and I'm dipping it into whipped cream from Delicious Delights, and I am just going to pack that right onto the inner corner. So I did put a little bit, like I sort of wrapped the green around there a little bit. See, I feel like that that little bit of brightness right in there compared to nothing, I feel like that really, it is the whipped cream on top of the cake. I mean, if my dairy allergy would allow me. That is a problem that I do not need to be disclosing on the internet, but that colour, it's just a matte white. It's just a matte white eyeshadow, but I feel like that just adds the nicest little pop of brightness right there. Just tapping it out a tiny bit, but like not too much. Just take a clean fluffy brush just to blend that in a little bit, but I do want that really nice and bright right in there. It's all coming together. So I will just put a bit of mascara on the lower lashes and then I am done. I'm so happy. There we go. I'm done. Ah, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Like, I was genuinely scared. I know it's just eyeshadow, but I have some other things that I'm wanting to film today. I was genuinely scared at how this was going to turn out. And there was no need. I love it. There we go. So I am done. I am so excited to see what shades Cole gets. And I would love to hear, go ahead, randomise all of your eyeshadows, all your Cosmic Beauty ones, all of them, all of the palettes that you own, completely randomise them, pick 5 shades, pick 4 shades, pick however many shades you want, and try and create an eye look with it, because like these are shades that I would absolutely use together, but would I have gone into 5 different eyeshadow palettes to get this look? No. I could have created this whole look just with my palette of 2025, the Serenity palette. I could have created this look pretty much just with this palette, but I'm glad that I picked into all 5. I really like how this turned out. I would love to hear what thoughts you have as well. And if you create this, like recreate this challenge, whether that be in a YouTube video or just in your everyday life, I would love to hear about it, because I have had so much fun. I will be doing this again with like my limited edition Beauty Bay palettes perhaps, because that could be fun. But I hope that you've had a fantastic day so far. I hope that after you've watched this one, you go and watch Cole's. Like I say, I will leave her channel linked down below as well. But thank you ever so much for spending just a little bit of your day with me. I would love it if you would subscribe down below if you want to see more rambling from little old me. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.